Mr. Truck here. I'm in Del Mar, California, right on the coast, watching the surfers. We're out here at the GM Media launch for the 2015 Canyon and Colorado midsize trucks. We're going to pull some trailers, pull some hills to see how well these do. See if this is the truck that you want. It's going to be exciting out here in Southern California. It's Mr. Truck. Well, this has got quite a bit of room.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm surprised. Okay, I guess I'm on camera, but here we go.
Stop
We're
up here.
Taking off in the 2015 Canyon. Okay, Stan, I don't want to mispronounce your last name.
Ludlow.
Stan Ludlow.
Right,
and
like
you are an engineer? Or
yes, I'm the program engineering manager.
Okay. For Canyon and Colorado?
Yes,
or? Okay.
right. Yeah,
cool.
we're not brand specific. Okay. All right, thank you.
Cool. Harold Sundling, Kent Sundling. I don't even know what they put me. Yeah, Kent Sundling. I'm an alias. I'm undercover.
All right. Thanks, guys. See you in a bit.
It says OnStar, right? If we get lost,
we're not getting lost. We got the nav, and I know where we're going. We're going to get you a good route here. So just watch.
Oh, what an aircraft carriers? Guys waving me out like we're landing.
They don't know who you are.
Okay.
They'll figure it out here.
Well, shoot, I wouldn't wipe off some mirrors. Oh, now he's telling me to do that.
You got it. You're fine. The vehicle chief engineer is my boss. So the vehicle chief and I work together. I've got responsibilities for all customer attributes, vehicle performance, vehicle technical specs. I touch and get involved with any component bumper to bumper here, whether it's the part itself because there's an issue or something we need to work on, integrating the interior, the exterior, the HVAC system, meeting performance requirements, or helping select tires, right. Fuel economy, 0 to 60 times, listen to the sound system for performance, you name it. I get to be a part of it, so that's why I like my job and why it's as fun as it is. So.
Well, that's good. It's good to have truck guys working on the trucks.
Yeah. Well, and I'm a truck user, as I told you. I've got 7 boats.
7 boats?
Yeah, pontoons, ski boat. I'm counting the paddle boat and the kayak too. So
wow.
They're not all trailerables, but and I snowmobile and hunt and fish. So I'm a truck guy through and through.
Well, there you go. You're the guy. I just got horse trailers and flatbeds and dump trailers. About all I've got.
Okay. And we've got tow haul mode that you can turn on if you'd like.
Okay, that's this button.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, just tell me on my dash. Yeah, there it is. I see it.
Yeah.
Now, does this have integrated brake controller?
It does not.
Okay, so this is a surge brake we're using on the boat.
It's surge brake on the boat. We do offer as an accessory a brake controller, so if you have that need, we fulfill it with an accessory.
Okay. So I hear Toyota's coming out with that here shortly. You guys have plans for, like Big Brother? Last year is the first year they put electric over hydraulic.
Can't talk about future product.
Oh, you can't?
I'd love to share some things with you, but...
Well, just between you and me.
No,
truck guys.
You know what? I can't do that either. Sorry, Ken, but I'd love to share those kinds of things with you. I can tell you this much. I just came back from a ride with the diesel out east, towing trailers and fully loaded. And
well, that second generation Duramax.
It's same Duramax that we actually have inside of our international truck.
Oh.
So that's going to be 1 year later, and it's going to deliver on the promise. It's going to be a great powertrain. So we're pretty excited about that in the future here.
Is that an 8-speed automatic going to be out with that, or?
We haven't announced that yet, but you'll find out in a year.
Something.
I don't believe we announced what we're pairing that up with yet.
Okay.
So.
That's the baby one.
Yeah,
okay.
I know.
That's the spring. Yeah, that's the spring on this. Yeah, I was hoping that baby Duramax would be out sooner than that.
No. This is 2.8 liter, so it's not the big one. It's but going to provide the.
And is that made with Isuzu too? Isuzu, or is that?
No, that's actually made in Thailand. It's, like I said, what we put in our global truck today.
Okay, so it's totally different. So they're probably selling those in South America and other places.
Thailand and Brazil are huge markets for us for mid-sized trucks. And,
did they make it to Australia? Because, those guys love those little crew cabs.
We go to, I think, 16 different regions globally with that truck.
Well, that is cool. Now, this truck is bigger than I remember.
It is larger than the old one.
Yeah.
It's a little bit wider, a little bit taller, a little bit longer.
It's got plenty of room. I mean, there's a lot of SUVs I climb into that my knees are touching a console, and those crossovers, I just don't fit a crossover well, most of them.
No, it's very roomy.
This is good.
We realize that a lot of truck guys are big guys like myself, and we want them to be comfortable, that's for sure. So, we've got more leg room than Toyota, both front and rear cab here. This is the crew cab we're in, but we offer an extended cab as well, and two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. We offer a 6-speed manual with the 4-cylinder in our extended cab.
Well, that's good. There's certainly a market for that. That's what we all used to drive.
Yeah, exactly.
So our second vehicle was a mini truck.
And there is a market, so certainly we wanted to make sure we fulfilled that, and we're going to, with that product. But we've also found that automatic transmissions are, pretty darn popular and choice by most anymore, obviously, right?
Yeah. Well, the surf, look at the surf.
Yeah, it's pretty out here.
Yeah.
Very nice. So.
I don't get to see the ocean very often in Colorado.
Yeah, no, exactly. Not here in Detroit. We've got the Great Lakes, but it's not quite the same.
Now, does this transmission lock up the torque converter in all the gears, or just...
not in all the gears. We do, lock up when we need to, though, in order to help improve fuel economy.
So this is rated to tow 7,000 pounds?
7,000 pounds, 6-speed automatic transmission.
Which axle ratio you got to have to get that?
Well, we only offer 2 axle ratios, our 410s and our 4-cylinder 342s in this. You're going to be turning right here.
Okay, 342s. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, we deliver with the single package here. So this V6 comes either with the light-duty package at 3,500 pounds or the heavy-duty package, as you see it, with the 7,000 pound capacity, and all our 4-cylinders are rated to 3,500 pounds.
Okay. Yeah, I think that, I like the bigger the better, the bigger the trailer, but it's probably going to be your biggest market is that 4-cylinder market, isn't it? I mean, the first time truck buyer.
Actually, we believe that our most popular model is going to be the short wheelbase, short box, crew cab, and a V6 4-wheel drive.
Really?
That's where we think the sweet spot is, and where we're going to see most of our customers.
Well, that's good. People like power. I've written articles 10 years ago about your kid's first car should be a little pickup truck.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can only get 2 people in there, and they can haul their stuff to college. And I always thought that made more sense than getting them a little car to begin with. But because you can always use a little pickup even after you've graduated all the way through. There's always you've got to have a truck of some kind around. And if that's all you can afford is this size, I mean that's the way to go.
People always want to haul stuff, right?
That's true. It's like me. I own trucks and trailers, so everybody wants to borrow it.
Yeah.
It's just how it goes.
You got a lot of friends when you own a pickup truck, don't you?
That's true.
Yeah. Well, and you take a look at the Home Depots and the Lowe's, all the do-it-yourselfers that are out there, and they need to haul stuff too, right? And they don't need a heavy-duty or full-size pickup to do that, and we provide the ability to carry the stuff they need to do their projects. So.
I'm sure a lot of the the urban folks, that's all they need to do is haul a bit of furniture and the lawnmower and some logs, and then recreational side. I mean, you got everybody now has got some kind of thing. I think we got 2 4-wheelers, ATVs. A lot of people have the little boats. What are those things called? The Sea-Doos.
Oh yeah.
There's quite a few of those in Colorado. So the recreational is a big part of it. And what are you going? You got to have something to haul all that stuff around. Of course, you got SUVs, but I'm still a fan of a body-on-frame kind of truck.
Yeah. I want to tell you what, that's the foundation of our trucks throughout the company, including this one, right?
So this is a box frame?
It is, fully box frame, and it is the foundation, as I said, because number one, it helps you with your payload, your towing, right?
Yes.
The other thing is it allows you to really tune the suspension the way you want, right?
Yeah.
In order to go ahead and tune a suspension, you got to have a solid platform to push against and direct against, right? So, So it's core to what we need to do. And, back at the surf station there, we got one of these trucks turned up on its side.
Yeah, I've got to get some shots of that.
Well, let me tell you how we put that up there, too. You take off the wheels on the passenger side, and you put on these little rollers that are over there. They come over and jack up the front corner over here, and they put a plate on there, and they put a jack, and they can sit there with the winch and jack this thing right on up.
Am I going that way?
No, going straight. You're going to go straight here all the way until 7.7 miles. So you got
that would be
over
fun.
5 miles.
We're the last group, aren't we? Maybe watch them let it down. They're kind of fun. Watch them.
I don't know when they're going to do that, but I tell you what, without that box frame, I mean, you're literally lifted from that corner, and the whole thing comes up and gets pulled over together.
Right.
The guys that were doing it for the first time were a little nervous, and I had never seen it done before.
Yeah.
And you watch, other than the suspension moving, man, our frame didn't twist and make you worry or anything, right? And so it's pretty cool.
That's like the horse industry. You get a good horse trainer, you can jack it up from any corner, and it'll lift off the ground.
Exactly.
You try to do that to an RV, and it'll turn into a pile of wood.
Exactly.
Because it'll crack the windows out and everything else. So that's solid frame. We've learned that in the horse industry. That's how you make your best trailers, and that's good. It's good.
Same principle. Same principle, right?
So they're high carbon steel or whatever they used to be on the
high strength steels.
The
right?
water bent, whatever that's called.
Well, there's hydroforming that you can use as well, but you don't necessarily need to use hydroform as long as you got a fully boxed frame. That's what we want to do to give you the stiff platform, the solid platform. And you can tell me what you think here, but does it feel like a truck? Does it feel solid?
It does. It does. And this is rack and pinion steering, of course.
Yes,
so it steers tight.
It's electronic power steering as well.
Yeah,
it's electric, right? So we're able to tune that, and it's a fuel economy enabler for us. So it's part of our strategy.
Well, I like the way you designed. Now we're in the canyon, and this looks so much like a Sierra. I like that. I don't like it looking all different. I mean, everybody has their own opinion about that, but it looks like a small version of Sierra, which, as a buyer, that would attract me instead of a whole different look.
You see the Sierra DNA, but it's also a little bit unique and got a little bit of its own moxie to it, right? So I think they did a great job.
The windows angles are all different. So
right.
you get a different look to it.
Well, you got different proportions, right? I mean, it's a smaller truck to start with. So, well, here's the other thing you just experienced: four-wheel disc brakes, standard.
That's good.
On all models. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, because does Frontier have that?
No.
Tacoma?
No.
That's what I was thinking.
Those are first in the segment.
That's
we got lots of first in the segment. Back at the surf station, we got a list of them there for you to look at. But
And what's the size of this V6?
This is a 3.6 liter.
3.6. Is it dual red cam or what?
Yep, 305
variable
horsepower.
Cam, timing, and all that. 300 horsepower?
Yeah, 305 horsepower.
305.
269 foot-pounds of torque.
Okay.
So, it's an engine we use in a lot of applications in the company, right? We've got Cadillacs with it. We've got the Equinox, the Traverse, so it's the same motor, but, this one's calibrated and tuned to the truck, right? We've got a different arrangement, obviously, being longitudinal mounted. It's got a tow, it's got a haul, and so our engineers, our calibrators for the engines and the transmission have tuned this specifically for this model.
Cool. You can still shift this manually.
Yep, you've got
plus and minus. I see that.
Yep,
That's
exactly.
Good.
Tap up, tap down.
That's a big thing in the mountains. A lot of people like that in the mountains.
Well, the other thing you're going to see is we've also got grade braking. And you got hill hold assist.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so
two
features.
This could be a good mountain truck.
Yeah, two features that trailers and mountain guys will appreciate. And then on our Z71 and all-terrain package, we have hill descent control. Okay. So if you're going to go off-road and want to go down some steep grade, and it works in forward and reverse. Okay, so
that's cool.
We've got.
So you can have some fun off-roading with this puppy.
Yes, you can.
That's good. What's the EPA on for fuel mileage?
Up to 26 miles per gallon with the V6 and 27 with the 4-cylinder.
Really? That close together?
Yeah.
Well, wow. Well, I mean, what's the cost to get the V6 over the 4 standard?
Unfortunately, I don't know all of the price ladders here. I'm engineering and not marketing, so I'm going to have to defer to those guys to help you with those questions. I don't have all that figured out, but I've got a few
1 mile to gallon
but
different. Why would you get the 4 unless it's super pricey?
Well, and I know that some people just want a 4, right? And the city numbers are higher, right? Once I give you the highway numbers, and so the highway numbers are closer. The city numbers are a little bit further apart. When it comes to that, and and then there's a price point, obviously, as you were referencing here. That's another good reason, right? And so depending on how you drive and what your needs are and what you do, people need to buy what they need, and if they want to buy it, they want that's okay too, right?
Right. What's the what are the power numbers on the 4-cylinder? What size is it?
It's 2.5 liter, inline 4. Same technologies that we talked about earlier. It's 200 horsepower with 191 foot-pounds of torque.
Okay. What happened to that 5-cylinder that had the shaft going through the middle of it and all that?
Well, that was part of the old Colorado, right? And that was a joint venture that we did with Isuzu, and we had a strategy at that time and picked some of those powertrains based on that joint venture and what we felt was right for the consumer. This is an all-new truck. We've got a new chassis, new suspension, and powertrain lineup that comes out of our line of powertrains that are available to us inside the company, and we chose these two because they fit the needs of this market.
So this is the heavy-duty tow.
Yes.
How many leafs are on this?
Oh, it's a good question. I'd have to go back and count them, but I'm thinking 5.
Wow.
It's
So
4.
it's not going to sag a
It's
whole
4
lot.
or 5. No, and I apologize. I don't know that number, but when we go over to the spit truck, I can help you.
Well, that's cool. So the 7,000 pounds, that's basically 700-pound tongue weight.
Right.
Now, on this, is it still required over 3,000 pounds to use a weight distributing hitch?
I believe we recommend over 5,000 pounds.
5,000 pounds,
to do
okay.
weight distribution. That's what I believe we do with that.
So it would almost have to have one on this boat then, huh?
Well, this is 4,500, right?
45,
so
okay.
it's below that, and that's
4,500.
why I'm almost positive that's what the number is.
Yeah,
right? 'Cause,
yeah. I mean, I remember the old books used to say 3, but I'm sure.
No, I know it's not 3. I'm
Yeah,
pretty positive
sure,
it's 5 because
that was an old one. And you guys were the
right.
only ones on the weight distribution hitch that actually said it was required, where GM or Ford and Ram would say that was recommended.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a good thing for you guys because most people don't know anything about trailers and when they get to the heavier weights.
Mm-hmm.
And so to be required to use weight distributing is probably save some lives. That way they have more control over the trailer and keeps you level. And you want it level through your headlights and
Yes,
pinion
you
angle
do.
and all that.
Yes,
so
you do.
I'm all for that. The proper trailering, which we see a lot of those mistakes out there.
Yes, there are.
And this size of a truck, they're just kind of entering the trailering world, and so there's a lot, that people are trying to pick up on and how to do it right and be safe.
Well, we think we got a winner here. It's a great truck that's going to leapfrog the competition and give people, I think, much more than they expect.
Well, this is good. It's
As I was talking earlier, we really know there's a huge mid-sized market, and we certainly want our piece of that pie, right?
yeah.
But beyond that, we think a lot of people left the truck market and went to compact crossovers, SUVs, because there wasn't a good offering for mid-size, right, out there for them, and they really didn't want a full-size, right?
That's true. That's how I've looked at it all the time, and I thought, especially when you can make this and sell it all around the world, which is what you're doing, right?
Well, not this truck.
Not this truck?
The truck that we're in is North America.
Okay.
Our sales are announced for Canada and the United States.
Okay,
Our
so there's a smaller
truck,
version, the global.
Well, the global truck is similar size, very close in size. It's a little bit different, but those market needs are different, right? And we recognize that. There's not many truly global vehicles, and when you take a look at those other markets, the requirements are different, and so we've got a different truck for that market. Okay?
Yeah, Toyota's done really well in that area, so hopefully you can push on them a bit because they're big in the international
Sure.
truck thing.
We're doing real well. Thailand's a huge market, and Brazil. We've got a plant in both of those countries building mid-sized trucks. So
Yeah.
that's a big part of it. But
That's good. Yeah, you guys have been a really big international player for such a long time.
well, as I said, customers will come from all kind of places, and here's one I didn't expect. I was at a party over Labor Day weekend on a nice little rib cook-off, and I had a GMC Canyon 4-cylinder, red, beautiful truck, and an SLT, right? A little bit up level, and I had a bunch of guys looking at it, and one guy who was retired, he goes, I'd really like to get back into an American car, American truck, and he goes, this is really nice. He goes, I really like this a lot.
Yeah.
And he's looking at, checking it out, and whatever, and I told him about the features and everything else. I go, well, what are you driving? A Lexus RX 350.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying we're going to see a lot of sales from Lexus. Don't get me wrong, right? I'm a realist, okay? But the idea that a guy that's sitting in a luxury market, right, looks at our Canyon and considers it a premium brand and is willing to move from where he went to where he wants to be, right? So that's the kind of truck we're offering here.
Well, that's good because this, I go clear back in the 70s. I had a Chevy Love back in
there you go,
74, you know, and it was made by Isuzu.
In a couple tenths, we're going to be making a right turn here. So.
Okay. And that truck was very dependable. I really liked the truck, but it was really small. It was like a motorized wheelbarrow, like the old Nissans were, lots of days. But I really enjoyed that little truck. And that's like me now. You know, I've got a 3/4 ton truck. I probably can get a diesel dually sometime. But, you know, this is a truck that I would drive every day.
Yeah, and that's,
you see I'm turning right?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Well, and that's another thing I learned. When we went off to our clinic, we did our clinics out in LA because of the size of that market over there, right? And we had mid-sized truck owners come in to take a look at our trucks as well as some full-size guys, right? And the one thing that was telling to me that you just hit on is most of the mid-sized people drove their mid-sized truck to the clinic.
Yeah.
Not the full-size guys. I checked the parking lot out, and I'll bet you I didn't see four full-size trucks in 2 days of a clinic out there. They were all driving an SUV or, you know, a crossover, a sedan, their wife's car, whatever it was, right?
Right.
As opposed to their full-size truck, right?
Yeah.
They're not everyday drivers the same way in all cases,
That's
right?
true, that's
It's
true.
a work truck for them. It's something else. And
Yeah, it's good. You got to pay for that gas.
Yeah, exactly.
15 miles a gallon. Now, see, this one here would get over 10 miles a gallon in my full-size truck, and that's a lot.
Yeah.
And this size of a cab, I can take the grandkids to kindergarten and
Absolutely.
everything in it. Which we've got a hybrid now, but we did that for fuel mileage. But something like this, I could find all kinds of things to do with this.
You can put four of us together in this truck.
Yeah.
There's more room back there than
Yeah.
you think.
And we're the heavy-duty guys.
I'm telling you, I threw myself right in that equation, so no doubt about it, you know.
Yeah, no, I can see
Yeah,
this.
but-
This is good.
Now, the extended cab, I can ride back there, but not for a long trip. How's that? I mean,
See, this seems a lot bigger than the Tacoma that's in front of us. A lot bigger.
footprint-wise, very much, and part of it is take a look at the depth of the box. And if you
Yeah.
if you get alongside of it, the hoods are pretty darn close to the same.
Yeah.
But when you take a look at the box, you know, we've got more volume in our box than them by far. You know what I mean?
Well, it's still usable. I mean, some of these bigger trucks, you can't hardly reach over the side rail of them. And General Motors is the exception. You can reach over them. With the other two brands, you can't. You got to get a step ladder just to reach into your bed. But this one is, and that's what I liked about my other midsize I've had. I've had, I think, 3, or well, counting Rangers, I probably had 10 of the, what I used to call the mini trucks. You know, now they're midsize. But that was so nice about it is you could reach every part of the bed without doing anything. And I like that. I like the. You know, this one here, you could put a lot of stuff in there. Now, this is a 5.5.
No, this is 6'2".
Oh, this is 6'2".
This is the long wheelbase truck that you're in.
on
So
the
this
crew
is our
cab. Wow,
this
that's
is our
great.
long wheelbase crew with a 6'2" box. We offer this in a short wheelbase with a 5'2" box. Okay, so a little shorter wheelbase, and then our extended cab is on the short wheelbase, but with the 6'2" box because you make up the difference in the cab.
Right. Well, that's good because so many of these, I mean, 6'2", that puts you just an inch shorter than a full-size Ram. They're 6'3". They call themselves 6'4", but and so you can't put a full ATV in it. You can put a smaller four-wheeler in it. Because I've got one, it's a full-size, and I have to use the extender on the Rams. But like on almost every other truck, I don't have to. But 6'2", you would still have to have the tailgate down, but you would be very, very close. A smaller ATV, like a 300 Kawasaki brute force, would fit right in here, 6'2". So that's good. I mean, that's because you know these little 5-foots, and that's good that you have that bed with a crew cab because most crew cabs you have the shortest bed, and then they're useless. You know, you throw a lawnmower in there, but I like all the space I can get because you know
that's why I am too.
Lumber and anything else. You know?
And this is my truck, right? I mean, if I'm buying a truck right now, this is what I want because again, I haul a lot of stuff around, right? When I go fishing, when I go camping, when I go hunting, you know, I'm loading all kinds of stuff into the back end of that truck as well, right?
Oh, and then this will give it a little better ride because it's a longer wheelbase. What's the wheelbase on this one?
You know what? All the specs are in here. I don't have them memorized.
They gave me a great big book like that too.
This book right here has got all the engines, the lengths, the dimensions, the capacities, curb weights. You know, everything that you need to have for both the Colorado Canyon and.
Is this an SLT or what are we in here?
This is an SLT, I believe. Yes, it is. I'm sure it is.
You know what? Is there a Maroni on this one?
Well, that's what I was just gonna get. I'm gonna get out here for you.
Gonna get all the information.
And you can have a copy of this. So there's
cool.
there's our Maroni for this particular truck, right?
Okay, where's the numbers at? Oh, there it is.
Right up there. So,
39,600.
and that includes any accessories, I think, or the accessories are in the back if there's any accessories on this one. So.
Okay. This has got quite a bit of equipment on it.
Yeah, this is pretty loaded up, right? We've got some high-end trucks here. You've got the Bose stereo system. You got the nav system. You know, the long box. This has got a spray and bed liner in it.
Oh yeah,
So
you gotta have that.
yeah. So
Keep
all
the
that's
salt in. Okay, gotta figure out where I want to put that. And you got some space in here too. You can throw all kinds of stuff in here.
Well, and the other thing is technology, right? People like their technology. So nav system, Bluetooth streaming, hands-free voice recognition. You've got a USB port, an auxiliary port right here, APO here. You open up inside, you got another USB on the back of the console here, 2 more USBs, another APO port, right?
Oh, we're set.
So you got all the connectivity and plug-ins that you think you need, you might need, right?
So this is heated and cooled seats?
No, just heated. That's just
so-
back or back
Oh.
and bottom, right? We offer it
okay.
both ways. Some customers just like to keep their back warm, right?
Yeah.
And you got adjustable lumbar on your seat, standard power seat for the driver.
Okay.
And the way we lay this out is, all your HVAC controls right here. Big buttons, big knobs,
Yes, I
easy
love
to
big
read
knobs.
and see. Simple layout for your radio, and as you can see, full screen for your display right now. And if I go to touch it, there's your menus,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
And
that's
they'll disappear after a little bit.
That's good. I like the fan on the knob. I hate a button on the fan speed. This is good.
And 4G LTE, watch this.
Yeah, I heard you guys did that on everything.
OnStar ready.
Okay, come here to Wi-Fi settings.
Wi-Fi settings. Please see the
Scan on
arrows
your
ready.
phone and put
For
that
information
password
about
in, you're
your
hooked up to Wi-Fi.
hotspot
That's good.
settings.
That's a good point. I was going to ask that is, so you buy that service, right?
Yes, you
it's
do.
It's not free. So
It's
a
as little
monthly
as $5,
subscription.
right?
Okay.
Yep.
OnStar ready.
That's
So
good because now I use my
Goodbye.
phone for everything. After a while, you run out of time on there, but this would be nice.
up to 7 devices. When you're back at the surf station, we've got the trucks providing Wi-Fi down there.
Cool.
Yeah, so you can hook up right there live. I went up north weekend after last here and picked up my buddy and his daughter and boyfriend in their 20s. I said, hey guys, you want to hook up to Wi-Fi? And they go, what, on your phone? I go, no, on the truck, right? They were thrilled, right? Here we are
Yeah.
using one data plan, right? As we're driving up north for 3 hours and everybody's on their phone, not talking to me anymore, of course, right?
Yeah, yeah,
but,
that's one way.
that's the downside, right? So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I got a couple of girls and my kids love it, right? They're always hooked up. And
Oh, sure. Well, a lot of times you can get them to go with you more often because they don't have to be bored in the vehicle.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
of course, Pandora and, weather and things like that are, things that we've got on here as well. So, and the other cool feature is the texting, right? We want people to be safe, and you've got hands-free calling, but we also have the texting that when you pair your phone and a text comes in, you can hit the listen button, and it'll go ahead and read the text to you, and then you can provide some canned responses, okay? And with the canned responses, then reply real safely and simply. So,
Yeah.
but I've towed 7,000 pounds in the West Virginia mountains.
Yeah. I was out
Fully
there.
loaded down, and the signs that tell you go 30 miles an hour around a corner or 20 miles an hour around a corner,
Yeah.
with all the confidence in the world and more. No squealing tires, just cruising through those mountains, and it keeps you planted and solid. And
Yeah, I mean, it's steering fine at 4,500. I'd love to see you don't have any 7,000-pound trailers
no,
to go play with.
we didn't do that. So.
How much does it squat at 7,000 pounds, say 700
Well,
pound tongue weight?
when you do load leveling, right, you don't end up with much of
Yeah.
that. So to me, there's no squat to speak of, right?
Now, does this have trailer sway control?
It does.
Well, that's good for the size of a truck. They've changed these so much, like the stability control is so nice on them.
Yeah.
It used to be, an empty truck was a dangerous truck because they would, move, they would dip bad on corners, they would fishtail, and now they don't do that. I just love electronic stability control.
I went into the UP this last winter, Upper Peninsula, Michigan, to our Continental Tevis partners that we work up on our chassis controls here
Yeah,
for a buy-off ride, right?
Kind of invented that
And
stuff.
our engineers work with them all year long to go ahead and tune this stuff in. And let me tell you, they've got football plus size fields that they groom literally and pack down to snow.
Yeah.
And there's an ice rink the size of a football field, and there's a circle track that you can go on to do testing on, and this truck performed outstanding.
Oh, yeah.
Stability control, traction control, split muse surfaces, uphill, downhill.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, on our Z71 and all-terrain, you've got the hill descent control, which is a great feature. It's basically cruise control for up and downhill.
Yeah, I've done a thing with Continental. We went out, they sprayed water all over everything. We was out there trying to do skids, and it was great.
Yeah.
Well, I've been to your proving ground in GM. We did a thing with PickupTrucks.com out there, and we on that the Black Lake, whatever it's called, for brake
Black
testing.
Lake, right.
We've used that split mule thing with the tile on it, that sprayed water. We did that in some of those shootouts we've done. That was fun.
Yeah.
Simulates ice or simulates rain.
Exactly.
That's fun. It's a
we've
good
got
test
a
for
lot
traction
of road
control.
surfaces out there that we can do all kinds of fun things on. So.
Oh yeah, it's great. Now, does this have limited slip rear end, or is it electronic?
We've got a G80 locker, which is automatic. So
okay, so it's like a clutch then.
Yeah, exactly, mechanical. Right, digs in when you need to.
Okay. Are these 16-inch tires, or what's this puppy?
We have 16, 17s, and 18s available. I believe you're on 18s right now, so let me see if I can find out for you.
Well, we should be playing rap music then if we're in 18s.
There you go, yeah. Let me see what tires we put on this. Yeah, these are 18 polished aluminum wheels. That was one of the things that you got on this truck.
Yeah. Yeah, that back windows kind of carry over to the old canyons in Colorado, isn't it? Isn't that where they sloped up on the back door? That's what they remind me of.
I don't recall, but it very well could be. I don't remember.
This is a nice road. If I just had my camera stuck to the windshield, we could do some speed here, but I'll do some more of that tomorrow. First day to figure out the terrain out here. Today's Thursday, tomorrow's Fridays for this
traffic. That little hill right there, we're taking people up and down that. It's
let's do it.
Just a little utility, get right up in there, and when you can demonstrate the 4 low, we can demonstrate the hill descent and that kind of stuff. So
got some nice ruts up there.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Go get lost up there. That'd be good. Tomorrow will be our get lost day.
There you go. You guys are welcome to take these and go find what you want to find, and we got some nice routes that we think demonstrate a good mix of what everybody wants to find. But if you think you got a spot that makes sense, we're okay with that too.
Well, I don't know any of these places that well. I when I'm in a different place like West Virginia or Reno's, I'm only in there for a couple of days, and I that's why I need you guys' help. I'd love to have you ride along with me, so I don't get too lost.
Be happy to spend time with you guys. We got all kinds of people there to help everybody out and make sure we get you in and out of trucks and answer all your questions. So
that's good. Now this thing actually is quiet. I don't hear wind noise. It's sealed up good. Now is this triple sealed like the big ones are?
Triple sealed, absolutely.
Okay.
We've got a number of things that we've done, right? Aero is very important to us. Fuel economy, of course, when it comes to wind noise, you want to make sure that you put in the sealing that enables that. We've got a tunnel insulator on this to help isolate noises, dash mats, baffles inside of our pillars, liquid applied sound deadener on our floors. Being quiet was one of our priorities, and even our body mounts and our engine mounts, we use hydraulic engine mounts for isolation. We use.
And what about the cab mounts, like your
shear and compression both, so that we can get the isolation both in bumps, jumps, and rebounds. So that combination of mounts gives us the best isolation. And give it a touch of the brake and hold it. Drop into great braking for you as well.
Yeah, I'm in tow mode, so we're only running about 1,400 RPM. Was this enough of a downgrade here?
Yeah, you feel it?
I'm waiting for the RPM to jump. It really hasn't jumped. How far do I got to go? I'm down to 1,200 RPM.
No, I'm not. It'll cook in. It might not be quite steep enough as you get it right here. You'll get it.
Yeah.
Just lightly ride the brake and you'll feel it jump in.
1,400 RPM.
Maybe you're already in it. Maybe we missed it. No, seriously, it feels like you're...
well, can I take this manual transmission? And
there it is.
There we go.
There
it kicked up to 1,800 RPM.
There it was. Yep.
Now, can I show my gears anywhere on this?
Yeah, you've got tap up, tap down right here, right?
Will it show which gear I'm in?
As soon as you go into manual, we drop a gear, okay? And so you'd be 1 gear lower. So no, I can't display that for you right now, but...
Okay, because I'd like to see which gear I'm in on these things. accelerating up to 3,100 RPM, climbing this hill. This is probably, what, a 6% grade? It feels steeper than that.
It might be a little bit more.
Yeah.
All right, right-hand lane here. You're going to get on to 15 south towards San Diego.
Let's see, now does this classify as a trailer, so I'm stuck at 55 miles an hour?
I don't know the California law, to tell the truth, so I apologize for that.
But I don't know that. What's if they limit the size of the trailer?
I don't know what they do here. I really don't.
Yeah. Because I hate driving with a trailer in California. Because like I come from Colorado, we're 75 miles an hour. You go through Wyoming, you're 75 miles an hour. You jump into Nevada, you're 75 miles an hour. Utah, 75. You get to California, it's 55.
Oh, no kid. So you know better than I do.
Oh, it drives you nuts. Well, we must be 8 feet wide with this boat.
I would think so.
We're filling the lane pretty good.
Yep.
Is this truck 6 feet wide or is it less than that?
I'll give you the track width and overall width here in just a second. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay. Wheelbase is 128. Width is 74.3. Front track at 62.4. Rear track at 62.4. So